good prioritization is central to good time management. Many people say to me, "Oh, I just never have time to get round to the important stuff." And I reply by saying, if you're not doing the important stuff, what on earth are you doing? The secret could lie in the following diagram. This was a diagram created by author Stephen Covey. He said that a task or activity was either urgent and/or important. We can plot all our tasks on this grid. It would make sense to do tasks in box 1 first, the ones which are urgent and important. But then what happens? Most of us naturally then tend to go to box 3 and do the urgent but not so important stuff. This is the addiction to urgency, firefighting all the time rather than zooming out and figuring out what's important. Covey observed that people spent 50% of their time on urgent but unimportant stuff. What would be better would be to shift to doing more stuff in box 2, the important high-value stuff which is not necessarily that urgent. Now, some people think that this diagram is the be-all and end-all of time management, but I don't believe so. Why? Well, because surely the real issue here is, how are you going to decide what's important? That's the million-dollar question, literally. Most of us are now knowledge workers. So the value that we're creating as knowledge workers is not instantly visible. It's not easy to estimate. To do the important stuff and to make sure we're doing the important stuff, you need to get on the balcony. Take the big picture view, zoom out. Imagine an online map that you might use to plan a route. The strategic view shows the whole journey on one screen, and the tactical view zooms in and looks at the small roads, more detail. The zoomed out view is your whole year. The zoomed in view is the particular road you take on a particular day. What's business critical is the following question. Is your tactical day-to-day work fitting with your strategic goals? Is what you are doing today really getting you to your ultimate destination over the year? That can tell you whether something is important or not. Please go to your worksheet pack and take out the worksheet entitled Strategic Goals. Now, if you already have goals that you've set for the year, you don't need to do this exercise. But for those of you who don't write down your goals or haven't set strategic goals for the year, I'd like you to complete this exercise. Write down 3 goals for yourself professionally. These may be on your yearly appraisal if you have one. These may be self-development goals or new responsibilities you'd like to take on. Secondly, 3 goals on behalf of your organisation that you work for. These will be goals which fit with your organisation's strategic focus or your department's strategic focus. And finally, 3 personal goals. Write each goal in the present tense as if it's already happened. Use inspirational, creative language. Use the SMART methodology. Make your goals specific, measurable, achievable, realistic, and time-bound. So rather than writing down, "I want to manage larger projects," change that to, "I am successfully managing 2 large projects in the next year." Next to each goal, you will see that there is a box for actions. Don't fill in these actions right now. I'd like you to fill these actions in once we've finished the course. Here, you'll fill in 3 actions for each goal, 3 actions that you'd like to complete this year, which will bring you closer to these goals. So once again, if you already set strategic goals, you don't need to complete this exercise. If you don't, then please pause the video now and restart the video once you've written your goals on the left-hand side. Please do make sure that you fill this exercise in, Don't skip over it. Now that you've got your destination, make sure every week that your daily tactical prioritisation reflects your higher strategic goals. So using our analogy, are the roads you are taking today accelerating you towards your destination, or are they taking you further away? This course will be your satellite navigation unit. It will help you get to your destination quicker without taking too many wrong turns. Now, don't underestimate the power of having written goals. For instance, a famous Harvard Business School observation found that only 3% of students had written goals. But after 10 years, those 3% were earning more money than the other 97% combined. I put my goals on my bedroom wall, so I see them when I go to sleep and when I wake up. If you can't do this, put your goals somewhere where you can look at them weekly. So if you have a notebook like this where you're writing down notes, maybe stick it in the back of there, on the back page, so it reminds you weekly of where you're heading. Make sure you review your goals and the actions every few months and make sure you update them.